The Mighty Kaaba by Jihad Zenith. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, from Adam to Abraham, the first foundation. The story of the Kaaba begins with Adam, the father of humanity. When he descended to earth, he longed for the closeness to God that he once knew in paradise. God guided him to the site of the Kaaba, where the black stone had descended from the heavens, glowing white as a sign of his sacred origin. Adam built the first sanctuary of worship on that ground. There he prayed, bowed, and sought forgiveness. He walked around it in circles, performing the earliest form of tawaf, later repeated by generations of believers. Angels told him, "This is the house of God on earth, built to mirror his house in the heavens." For Adam, the Kaaba was not only stone, but a point of return, where humanity's first father reconnected with God and repented after being sent down to earth. Over the centuries, time and floods caused Adam's structure to vanish, but the sacred ground remained. Generations later, God commanded Abraham and his son Ishmael to raise its foundations once again. And remember when Abraham was raising the foundations of the house with Ishmael, saying, "Our Lord, accept this from us. Indeed, you are the hearing, the knowing." Together they rebuilt the Kaaba, placing the black stone in its corner. From then on, it became the eternal symbol of monotheism, the spiritual center of the world. The Kaaba is described in the Quran as the first house of worship established for all people, Quran 396. It became the Qibla, the direction of prayer, uniting believers across the world. At first, Muslims prayed towards Jerusalem, but then God commanded Muhammad to turn towards the Kaaba instead, Quran 2:144. This confirmed its place as the spiritual axis of the world, the black stone. The black stone was sent from paradise, originally bright and pure, but darkened by the sins of humanity. Abraham and Ishmael set it in place. Later, when the Quraysh rebuilt the Kaaba, Muhammad, known as the Trustworthy, ended a tribal conflict by placing the stone on a cloth so all could lift it together before setting it himself. The Year of the Elephant. In 570 CE, Abraham, a Christian ruler in Yemen, marched with war elephants to destroy the Kaaba, but God intervened, sending birds that dropped stones on the invaders, leaving them destroyed. This is described in the Quran, chapter 105. The event became known as the Year of the Elephant, the very year Muhammad was born, cleansing the house. By Muhammad's time, 360 idols stood around the Kaaba. In 630 CE, when he returned to Mecca, he entered the Kaaba and destroyed the idols, proclaiming, "Truth has come and falsehood has vanished. Indeed, falsehood is bound to vanish." The Kaaba was restored to its original purpose, pure devotion to the one God, through floods and rebuilds. The Kaaba has been rebuilt and repaired several times. It was restored by the Quraysh before Islam, repaired during Muhammad's youth, and rebuilt after the siege of Abdullah ibn Zubayr in the 7th century. A flood in 1629 CE also led to reconstruction. Through all of this, the Kaaba remained the heart of worship, the pilgrimage of Hajj. God commanded Abraham and proclaimed to the people the pilgrimage. "They will come to you on foot and on every lean camel, coming from every distant pass." And every year millions answer that call. They circle the Kaaba, walk between Safa and Marwa, and stand on the plain of Arafah. The Prophet said, "Whoever performs Hajj and does not commit obscenity or sin will return as pure as the day he was born." Bukhari Muslim. The return of Jesus. The Kaaba story is not only about the past, it extends into the future. The Prophet Muhammad foretold that Jesus, son of Mary, will descend in the end times. Among his actions will be visiting the Kaaba to perform pilgrimage. Hadith reports state, "The son of Mary will certainly perform Hajj or Umrah or both after his return to earth." Sunan Abu Dawud Ibn Majah. This means that the Kaaba will remain central to faith until the very end of human history, the eternal symbol. The Kaaba does not represent God's dwelling, for he is beyond space and time. Instead, it is his sacred symbol of unity. In the white garments of pilgrimage, people of every nation, race, and status stand as equals before their Creator. Conclusion. From Adam to Abraham, from Muhammad to the return of Jesus, the Kaaba has remained the mighty house of worship, uniting humanity in submission to one God. It has survived floods, sieges, and centuries of change. It is not merely a building of stone, but a testimony to God's oneness, a call to faith, and a promise of unity until the final day. It is and will always remain the mighty Kaaba,